I'm EkkiThump and welcome back to Let's Play Osiris New Dawn. Today, I need to actually go and find where the rubber trees are. That's the one resource that I haven't tracked down yet, apart from a couple of types of gas, which I don't think actually exist on Proteus at the moment. But we'll keep an eye out for them just in case. But I do need to find where the rubber trees are. So I need to start gathering some materials, because I'm going to need to basically build another encampment out there. So I'm going to want a forge and a depository as usual. So I'm going to need iron and aluminium and more iron and titanium and plutonium. And we're going to want a beacon. So we need to craft up a beacon kit which requires more plutonium and some other stuff, steel and glass. So why don't we start off this session with a bit of a good old mine. So let's start off with the good old base metals over here, as usual. Try and get the plutonium we need. Oh, there's a bit. How much is that? 8 plutonium. That's a good start. And we've survived 2 days. Hooray for us. Oh, there's some. Another 7. That is probably enough. Let's just finish off this rock and then we'll... Oh, there's... That's definitely enough now. 4. Okay. Let's... I could even do with... If I've got enough materials, I could do with another depository just to have around the base. Because 40 slots, honestly, isn't that much. I should also make myself a new stone axe as well before we head out. Look at the state of the one we've got. It's on like a third, maybe even a quarter durability. Okay, let's start off by refining everything as normal. Okay, I need a drink.
Hydration levels are now satisfied.
Do I have any titanium saved up? Let's have a look. What have we got here? Aluminium, carbon, iron, titanium. Yes, we do. Perfect. Okay, so what have I got here then? Got enough for a depository. Got easy enough for 2 depositories. Got my forge. Should have... Oh, I've got a little bit of glass. I want a bit more than that. Let's just dig a little bit of sand. In fact, let's do another shovel's worth of sand. Why not? And there goes the shovel. But that's fine. So we've got lots of sand to make glass now. So let's make it all. Alright, let's say I want to make three beacon kits. No, I've got... do I have any plutonium saved up? Or is this it? Oh, I have. Yeah, I've got plenty. Yeah, okay, I can make 3 beacon kits then. So, whack off a little bit more steel. Get myself some beacon kits. So I've got, let's see, got my beacons, got the stuff for a depository, got the stuff for a forge. So I'm going to need a bit of iron, aluminium, titanium and plutonium. Everything else can go back in the... Well, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to make another depository right here at the base. I'm a bit sick of running out of space. So let's whack down another one. Just make sure it's not in a position to interfere with the main habitat. So what we want is to have, I think, one for bars of metal, I think, and one for everything else. So let's take everything else out. Or maybe metal ores as well. Oh, there's a cryptex there I'm not done yet. Right, so aluminium, bit of iron, plutonium, titanium, and everything else goes over here. Today I'm going to take some batteries with me. Actually, I'm going to bring the rock as well, just in case. Right, let's do this cryptex, might as well. And what have we got here? I think this is one we've already done. So it's down and across. Has to be down. So it probably has to go that way, like that. Oh, something's not right here. That one has to be like that. That one has to be like that. That one can't go up because it's just going across off the edge of the map, so that has to be down. That one could go that way, but it's pointless, so it has to go that way. So that has to go this way, otherwise it's just turning back on itself. This one, if I send it downwards, it can't turn, so it has to go up this way. Actually, not sure here. Let's try again. So this one has to either go up or down. Let's try sending it down. Ah, this might work a bit better, maybe? No? Okay, last chance. So let's do it from both ends. So that one has to go down. That one can go up or down. This one must connect there, and it must go that way because it can't go that way. This one can either go over and down or over and up, but up is pointless, so it must be like that. That has to be like that. Ah, I think I see it. Got it. There you go. Oh, the reactor pistol. Nice. I was thinking it seemed a little bit familiar when I got halfway through it. So, obviously we can't actually produce it yet because it's quite expensive to produce. We don't even have the fabricator yet. But the reactor pistol is basically an upgraded pistol, which it takes a bit more making, but it has we determined last season it's sort of on a level with the assault rifle in terms of how much power it puts out. It's got like a bit more kick to it, but like a bit more impact, but a bit lower fire rate. Well, that seemed to take a while, but it's still not morning yet. So, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, the sky is greying. That's good enough for me, I guess. So let's pack up the dome. I've checked the coordinates, and we basically need to go about half a continent latitudinally negative. So basically that way. It's minus 18.8, 8.8. Let me just double check that. Minus 18.8, 8.8. So a bit of a trek ahead of us, but nothing we can't handle, I'm sure. Also overnight I grabbed a couple of rocks and just made a second stone axe. Just in case. I've also made sure to bring the inflatable dome kit with me this time in case we get stuck there overnight. Oh. Bit of lag there. What was that heralding? Maybe that crab monster, who knows? What can I see there? Is that a resource node? Might be. Oh, hello. Are there two giant worms now? I don't feel like this is the same crater where I've been seeing it. What was that? Oh, it's just a bit of base metal and aluminium. The way they were stacked together there, it looked like it was something interesting. Right. We actually need to go a little bit to the east as well. We're drifting slightly off course. Let's go to the left of those solar panels. That should put us on roughly the right path.
Vitals dropping.
For God's sake. Let's have a bit of food here. Okay. We should be close. I seem to remember the rubber tree being at the base of a waterfall. So we may not be able to see it until we're right on top of it, depending on which angle we're approaching it from. Easy does it. Don't want to take no unnecessary fall damage again. And there it is. There's the rubber trees. Now, fucking hell. It's alright, just a small amount of fall damage. Despite its appearance, I don't believe that water is in any way toxic or... Well, last time I went in water in this game, it didn't even exist. It was just an unreactive graphic. Right, where are we going to put our little outpost down here? Let's go a little bit to the other side. It's a nice flat stretch of land there. Ah, and there's a crab monster there. What's this? Fungus. I'm sure we needed this for something. Oh, fuck, what? Jesus. You guys are fucking everywhere, aren't you? Come here. train my combat skills on you.
Vitals dropping.
Oh, that one's nearly dead. If we can... Oh, damn it. Oh no, got him. We got him. God damn it. We got stuck on a fungus. Right, they seem to have disappeared for the moment. So, yeah, the little base camp. Let's plant it down over... I wonder if I can plant it in this purple grass. That's a nice spot for it. And a forge. We don't really need a forge over here. We're just mining rubber. It's just nice to have one, like close at hand, in case I need a quick chisel or something. And a beacon as well. Which we're going to rename Rubber Mines. There we go. And let's see. It actually feels like it's getting dark. It's not actually that late. It's only like mid-afternoon. Let's go over to this rubber tree where the crab monster isn't. And oh, hello. We got one. Hey, do you want some too? Your mate seemed to like it. Ah, you missed me.
Suit breached.
God, you cheeky little...
System restored.
Come here, you little bugger. Sit still. Let me smash you with my axe. Do you know I didn't look up what a the skelly part of the Skeleopod's name means? Oh, where is he? I wish I could do these combats in third person, but it's just too ungainly. It seems a bit of a waste because they've actually got the animations for the third person mode when you're using the axe. They're not bad, you know. They look like you're actually, you know, you do your chain attacks and stuff, and you advance on the enemy swinging your axe. But it's just, I find it really hard to judge where the axe hit is actually going to land trying to do it like that.
Vitals dropping.
Okay, so I don't really need this rubber for anything. As you can see, the water doesn't really do anything. It seems to make our visor wet, and that's about it. There'll be rubber falling off this tree somewhere as well. So I don't really need a lot of rubber right now, but it is pretty useful later on. Oh, that was a mistake, wasn't it, Sunshine?
Medical assistance immediately.
Some bandages on me somewhere, I think. Haven't I? Maybe not. think he's running away. Right, well, it's getting late. We might as well pitch our tent for the night. Yeah, here it is. It seems to just fall at random places around the tree.
Seek medical assistance immediately.
We will. Don't worry, computer. Okay, oh, a little bit more there. Right, let's drop the tent and get the heel off the bed. We've actually got quite a few little outposts scattered around now. Right, let's see where this tent can go. This dome even. Oh, nearly had it. Right there.
Vitals dropping.
There we are. Not quite a full heal, but I think I'm going to be sheltering here, waiting for the night, head out again back home in the morning, so we're going to be able to use the bed again before we head out. So we've got 52 rubber, a stack and a bit. Not a huge amount, but we know where the rubber is now. Oh yeah, so
Vitals dropping.
yeah. Steve was telling me in the comments about these. If you look on the skill tree, up wherever they are they engineering? Yeah, they're in engineering, aren't they? These things, these gas depots and liquid tanks. These are like storing fuel, I think. Like the hydrazine fuel that the hovercraft and everything needs. If you look on the skill tree menu here, it says coming soon, so I'd assumed they weren't in the game yet. Actually, no, here they are. They have been put back in the game. They're not that expensive, actually. Steel and copper and rubber. Are they expensive in points? Not really, no. There's 25 there. The reason I was thinking of those is because we've also got this, which I unlocked last time. It's the chem station. Not something I bothered with in Season 1, because it was super easy to get the chemistry station set up inside the habitat. It's going to be a little bit more complex this time round, I think. What do we got there? A minute and 40. But I'm going to see what I can build in the chem station. I honestly don't know. I may have built one. I never used it. So this time round, we'll stick a chem station up in front of the habitat and see what it can produce for us. Hopefully it can produce fuel. It might also be able to produce med kits when we unlock the recipe. I would assume it's not able to produce plastic, but you never know. Ow! Fuck. You see what I was talking about with the not being safe in the tent? There's a bloody crab monster outside that can just hit us straight through the wall. Fortunately, we've only got about 30 seconds until the bed regenerates for us. There we go. And I'm also dehydrated. I've still got 2 jars left. Let's just poke our head out and see what the light situation's like. No, it's absolute dead of night, so there's no way I'm running from that crab monster. Who knows where I'd end up. Just gonna have to wait it out. Just got to stick my head back inside for a moment because I can see in the distance over there, I think it's an arachnoid's tail or possibly a gnat. But anyway, there's something skulking around up on the ridge over there. Seems to have gone away for now. I just wish I do. Like I am very fond of the idea that you shouldn't skip the night in this game. even though it is apparently a mechanic that's intended. It just feels weird to have a survival game where the solution to like surviving the nighttime is just log out and log back in again. I just wish there was stuff to do at night. It's like very, very difficult to actually find anything to do during the hours of darkness. Unless you're in a safe base, of course, but we're not. We're way out in the boonies in a tent. Now, I think the sky is starting to lighten. So we should be off very soon. So what we're going to do is take our rubber crop, head back to base. When we get there, we're going to whack down a chem station. It might need solar power to run. I can't remember. I would imagine it does, because I know the printer does. Speaking of the printer, do we have access to that yet? I could unlock it, or I could unlock bandages. I think I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to get the chem station down first, and then we're going to see what the chem station can produce, and then we're going to figure out what to spend our points on after that. Okay, it's morning enough by my standards. There's a little bit of orange in the sky, so let's get going. Just give myself a little bit of torch just to light the way to dawn proper. Oh, check it out, there's a crashed satellite. Nice. We're building up a decent little stock of circuit boards and wires and stuff. Oh god, we're going to take fall damage here. Ah, no, we're not. Perfect. I've no idea how we didn't. Avoiding fall damage is still a bit of a black art to me in this game, I've got to be honest. Cryptices, nice. These are still worth doing even if you've identified everything, because they give a decent amount of science points each. We're just going to run away from that snubs. Actually, should we? They're pretty good for training on. Ow. They also give crab bits, which I suppose they are like baby crab monsters, but they give the same stuff as larger crab monsters. I assume that's where we got the talents from. Do you know what we could do if we really wanted to grind some science points? Is craft like 2 or 3 stone axes and take them into Mine Baldur. With all those goddamn snubs in the tight area, you're guaranteed to fight a lot of them there. It's only skellies and snubs. They are quite difficult to fight in enclosed spaces, because like fighting them without taking damage is a lot of dodging around and ducking and diving and jumping over their heads when they charge. But if we could pull it off, it might be a good place to go and grind a little bit. Ah, that's alright. I'm just checking to make sure I picked up my tent. Is that my little base camp I can see over there? Or is that a resource node? Oh yeah, that's my base camp. So we're within sight of home. Now, to build the chem station I need a bit of steel, but I should be able to muster that. I've got plenty of bars saved up. And we've also got those solar panels that we've been harvesting from the fallen satellites. So we should be able to get a kit going for it. That's also good news because it means we don't have to worry about it, like worry about power for the fabricator and so on. I'm not sure if the power system's changed because they've put in 2 grades of solar panel. But last time around I was able to run the entire base off 1 small solar panel. So maybe they have changed that. Hello. Just getting a cheeky few little fractions of combat point there. Okay. So the chem station. We needed steel. Was there anything else we needed? Glass, which for some reason I'm carrying with me. Don't know why, but there you go. So magnesium, aluminium, and iron. Okay, let's get it in this little nook here if we can. What did we give that? We've got 3 science points just for putting this down. That's nice. So yeah, it requires a power source. So we do need to get down a solar panel. Where do I craft those? I haven't actually seen them yet. Ah, here we are. Small solar panel kit. Don't I have some of those? I think they're in the other depository. Yeah. So we've got like 5 kits. Wonder if it'll let me build these on the roof. No, it's not going to let me, is it? Well, you can see the blue circle around it, so that's everything it's going to power. If we put it here, this is enough to cover the habitat and like, most of the furniture we're going to want to place outside. So let's rotate it to look like it's facing the sun at least. Now this should have power. So what can we make here? We can make quite a bit of stuff. We need to. There is oxygen on the planet, so we can get some oxygen and hydrogen and make water. We can also make it out of dirty water. Can I fill my thing in the lakes now? Don't know. Hydrazine, which is fuel. Nitrogen and hydrogen. Those are available. Again, the nitrogen is in the same place as the oxygen. It's back towards where our base was in season 1. There's a bunch of like nitrogen and oxygen things over there. Chlorine I'm not sure about. Chlorine was... I'm not sure if it was ever on Proteus 2, but it was certainly not there after the Proteus 2 Unleashed update. And I still haven't found it since then. Fencyclidine... It's not going to tell me what it actually needs to make that. I don't know what fencyclidine is anyway. Don't know what PCX is. Fluorescent... Fluorine? Don't ask me, I don't know what that is. And we can also make rubber. We can make plastic out of carbon and hydrogen. And we can make rubber out of carbon, hydrogen and chlorine, which again, I'm not sure we actually have access to. And we already have some basic drugs, possibly. The fact that I'm mousing over this and it's not telling me what the recipe is makes me think it's not in the game yet anyway. So that's fine. We could actually start work on one of these tanks. We could start filling it with hydrazine. Is that what we want to do, though? Not that it's a desperately important question, because the engineering points flow like wine. But what are other options? We've got crates. We've got grow beds, which we can't use till we get the biodome. We could get the barracks. Barracks and hallways. That might be nice, so we could have a bed in the habitat. Or we can save up the points and go for the lab. The lab is probably the best idea. I like being able to get around fast. I like getting hovercrafts. The question is, where am I? I think the lab needs diamonds to build. Yeah, it needs diamonds and lithium, neither of which we've found yet. We should be able to get some from mine, whatever it is, mine A or mine Magni, if that's the thing now. So that's going to be a bit tricky, because obviously we can't get to Aziel, and Aziel is where I got most of my diamonds last season, after like getting just a few to get the lab built. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'll make the decision next time, because I'm out of time for this episode. Oh. Oh, we're going to do it. We're actually going to do it. Well, you said you wanted to see it. There it is. Killing an Orchek with a stone axe. Pure skill. Anyway. So that'll do for another episode of Osiris New Dawn. I have been EkkiThump. Do hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more gameplay of this game. And I will see you next time.